this asynchronous lesson. This asynchronous lesson is all about owning a successful restaurant. Okay, so we can find that. We can find that here in Health and Food. And we can see on our Schoology page that we have a quiz that we need to do before we do anything else. We just need to read and listen and then answer the questions. And this is important vocabulary that we need to understand for today. Okay, so this audio will help us become familiar with some of this key vocabulary that we need. Yeah? So ambience, components, contrasts, and so on and so on. And then multiple choice, and you can do the quiz again and again. Okay, so please do that before you do anything else, because that is important vocabulary for today's lesson. Right, well, today's skills focus is really important. Topics and subtopics. We know that today's lesson is about a successful restaurant. Okay, so that's kind of the topic. But we might hear about a more specific topic. Okay, so restaurants, successful restaurants, is still pretty general. But we need to listen carefully so that we hear the precise topic. And then we need to continue listening because a lecture will be broken down into many subtopics. Okay, so part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, so on. Yeah? So there's usually one main topic and one or more subtopics. For example, if the main topic is restaurants, subtopics might be fast food restaurants and expensive upscale restaurants. Yeah? At the beginning of the lecture, yeah, so this is right at the start of the lecture, the speaker often describes the structure, the organisation of the lecture. The topic is this. First I'm going to talk about this, then I'm going to talk about this. Yeah? And we can see an example here. Today we're going to talk about types of restaurants. I want to focus first on fast food restaurants, then I plan to consider upscale restaurants. And this will be at the very, very start of the lecture. So it's important that we're on time, and it's important that we're listening attentively from the very start. Yeah? Because once the instructor or the professor has taken attendance, they will dive straight into this. Yeah? Here's another example. This afternoon I'm going to discuss something, creating a menu. Specifically, we'll look at two aspects, the design of the menu and what food categories to include. Yeah? One way of taking these notes is to use this kind of indentation. So we have the topic here and the subtopics slightly inside. Yeah, you see this white space here. Yes, so some very important language here when we're listening, and also very important when we're speaking. If we're giving a presentation, if we're giving a talk, it's far easier for our audience to understand what we're talking about if we give them this sort of language. Yeah? If we tell them this is the topic and this is the order of the subtopics. Yeah? So this is useful language not just if we're listening, but also when we are speaking as well. Okay, so go ahead over to Schoology. Listen to a talk about one feature of a restaurant. Take some notes. What's the main topic? What are the subtopics? Okay, so that's here. Just 37 seconds. So you can write the answers in your booklet. You've got some white space here. Do that. Come back, and then we will check this together. Okay. Okay, so good afternoon. Today we're going to talk about the wait staff. So this is the topic. This is the main topic. First, I want to focus on who makes up the staff. Who are these people? What are they called? Yeah, so that's the first subtopic. Then I plan to talk about their roles and responsibilities. Okay, so that's the second subtopic. So wait staff, who they are, and what are their roles and responsibilities. Yeah? And this blink and you miss it, like we saw, the audio is just 37 seconds long. But if you miss this information, the rest of the lecture, which might be 10 minutes, 15, 20 minutes long, if you miss those first 30 seconds, those first 37 seconds, the rest of the lecture becomes very, very difficult. Yeah? And similarly, you can imagine if you're giving a talk, if you're giving a presentation, you want to make sure that you give that information to your audience so that they can better listen to what you're saying. Right, okay, well, if you need to listen to that again, please listen to that again, complete the notes. You can use the tape script. This is the tape script, this is on Schoology. Okay. Just let me make sure. Right, so what's the lecture? You can find the lecture in your media album. Owning a successful restaurant, and here 7 minutes 15 seconds. Okay, so I want you to watch the lecture. You've got no template, so make your own template. And you make your own template by listening for the topic, listening for the subtopics. Yeah. So you might want to, when you watch the lecture, you might want to listen very, very carefully to the first minute, and maybe replay the first minute 3 or 4 times, so that you're confident in the topic and in the subtopics. Yeah. Then listen to it all, take some notes, come back here, and we will talk about the questions and the answers together. Okay, do that, come back, we'll look at the questions and answers together. Okay, so what's the exact focus? Okay, so we know that it's kind of about restaurants, about successful restaurants, but that's not the exact focus here. Today we're going to discuss how creating a positive experience is key to success of your restaurant. That's the specific focus of the lecture. Yeah. So this is not enough. This doesn't tell us that we've listened. The exact focus, creating a positive dining experience. How creating a positive dining experience is the key to success. Yeah? How does the lecture define contrast? Contrast is one of the words that was in the quiz that we did before we even started listening. Contrast. The restaurant staff work hard so that customers can relax. That's contrast. Why are many restaurants unsuccessful? I don't know why that recording stopped, but we got here. Why are many restaurants unsuccessful? They're unsuccessful because they are chefs, they love cooking, but they don't understand the restaurant as a business. Yeah? So they're great cooks, but they don't know how to run a business. How many restaurants last more than 5 years? 1 in 5. Okay, so just 20%. What's one of the most essential factors, and how do they create it? Ambience is one of the most essential factors. They create it through furniture, lighting, decorations, music, table arrangements, and the clothes that the staff wear. When are they going to the Italian restaurant, and why are they going? They're going there because it's Kate's birthday, and they're going on Saturday at 8 o'clock. What's a brigade system? What does each team do? Okay, so we can see that there's 2 teams, a front team and a back team. So a brigade system is a group of workers. One brigade is at the front, meaning the restaurant, looking after the tables. The other brigade is at the back, the chefs, the cooks, taking care of the kitchen. A successful restaurant knows how to balance the flow between the front and the back of the house. Yeah? So what is it? It's a group of workers. The front look after the customers and the tables. The back, that's the cooks and the chefs. They do the cooking. What made their dinner a success? The restaurant understood what it needed to do at the front and the back of the house, and the staff worked hard so the customers could relax. Yeah, the staff worked hard so the customers could relax. Okay. All right, well, this tape script is on Schoology. Yeah, if you need to listen and read at the same time, please do that. There's just one last thing for us to do before we finish, which is some dictation. So head over to your Schoology. You'll find this audio, 2 minutes 40 seconds. You've got some space in your booklet, maybe here or maybe just at the back of your booklet. Play the dictation, listen to the dictation, and then come back here and I will show you the answers, and we are finished after that. Okay. All right, so here are your answers to the dictation. Spelling is important, punctuation is important. If you need to listen again, please do keep listening. Yeah, this is an important skill. Okay, guys, well, I hope you've enjoyed this. Join us next time. Maybe you'll be doing phobias with your instructor, or maybe you can find the phobias video here also. All right, if you like this, please like this video on YouTube. You can leave a comment here on YouTube as well. Okay, all right, bye for now.